Have you been in a virtual meeting lately? Chances are you have, whether it's as the speaker, as a facilitator, or just as someone listening to the presenter. And chances are this is a trend that's going to continue for years to come. As speakers, it is our responsibility to make sure that the message that we are sending is received by our audience with maximum value. But over the past few months of sitting through multiple virtual presentations, I've seen a lot of mistakes crop up that are easily avoided, but that also unfortunately take away the audience's attention and make it more difficult to get your message across. So what I'd like to share are 4 easy fixes to make sure that you are making the most of your time as a virtual presenter. Whether you are the main speaker, whether you are a facilitator, or whether you're just raising your hand to ask a question or share a comment. Number 1, make sure that your camera is at eye level. That may mean that you have to raise your laptop or your computer a little bit on some books or some boxes, whatever it takes, so that no one has to look into your nostrils, no one has to see your chin, no one has to see a greater part of your forehead. Related to that is number 2, where are your eyes looking? Now, there's a lot of different places that you could look at in a virtual presentation, but you have to be aware of looking at the camera. When you look at the screen, it can take your eyes off the camera. See, right now I'm looking at myself giving the presentation. Sometimes people will give presentations looking at their laptop or at their second monitor, and then you'll see them talking like this. Or they may be looking somewhere else on the screen, but most importantly, your audience has to feel like you're speaking straight to them. One little trick that I use to do this is that I will make myself I'll take a little Post-it and I'll stick it up near my camera. Sometimes I'll even be more specific and I'll write a note to myself on the Post-it and stick it up. Say, look over here, and put it right next to my camera so I remember exactly where I'm supposed to be looking. Number 3, watch out for fidgeting. Body language is not just something that happens, body language fidgets is not something that just happens in in-person presentations. Watch out for fidgeting in your chair, moving around too much in your chair, or playing with things all around you. And of course, make sure if you're holding a pen that you're not playing with it too much as well. And finally, your lighting. Now, you don't necessarily need a professional lighting situation, but be aware that you're not sitting in front of an open window, that it's not too dark, or basically that people could see you clearly. Not too many shadows, not too many dark spots as well, because that will just make you easier to watch, easier to listen to. Again, as a speaker, our priority is to ensure that our message gets across in the most valuable way possible. With virtual presentations, we can certainly continue to do this. We just have to make sure that we don't fall into one of the categories that distracts our audiences. I'm Susanna Baum. If you or your team would like additional support to ensure that your virtual presentations are structured, engaging, and powerful, and that ensure that every time you speak, you stand out as a leader, then let's get in touch.